These are disturbing stories. They were shared online and slightly rewritten. Put on your headphones, turn off the lights, and don't look away for too long. I play on a private Minecraft server. Or at least, I thought it was private. It was one of those nights where you don't really build anything. You just mine, walk, listen to the sounds. Deep underground, I noticed a torch on the wall. I hadn't placed it. I stopped moving. My pickaxe stayed in the air. Maybe I forgot, I told myself. I kept mining. A few minutes later, I saw another torch. Same spacing, same placement. That's when I opened the player list. I was the only one online. I typed in the chat, "Hello?" Nothing happened. I kept mining. Then another message appeared. "Why did you stop?" The username was empty. No name, no color, no rank, just blank space. I logged out immediately. The next morning, I logged back in. My base was gone, every chest, every block. In its place stood a small room, perfectly symmetrical. In the center was a single sign. It said, "You weren't supposed to notice." I deleted the world. But the server still shows up in my list. Online players, 1. I found the cave while running from a creeper. The entrance was small, too small to matter. Inside, it stretched far longer than any cave should. There were no mobs, no lava, no sounds, just stone. I placed torches as I walked. Left wall, right wall, every few blocks. When I turned around, they were gone. Every torch. Gone. In their place was redstone dust. I started walking faster. The cave changed as I moved. New turns, narrower walls. Then I heard footsteps. They weren't behind me. They were beside me, perfectly matching my pace. I stopped. The footsteps stopped. I dug straight up. My pickaxe broke halfway. When I reached the surface, I was standing outside my base. Same world, same coordinates. Behind me, there was no cave, just a hole. And the hole was slowly filling itself in. Sometimes I leave my game running while I'm away. I usually stand still in my house. One night I came back and noticed my camera had moved. I was facing the door. I checked my replay mod. 3 minutes after I left, my character turned. Not smoothly. In small, sharp movements. Nothing entered the house, but the door opened, then closed. The next time I went AFK, I recorded everything. When I watched it back, my character never moved. But something else did. A shadow passed the window. It stopped and looked inside. The recording ended on that frame. I don't go AFK anymore. Every time I load my world, it's the same day. Same clouds, same position of the sun. Villagers stand where they stood before. Mobs spawn in the same places. Even my hunger bar drops at the same time. I tried sleeping. It skipped to morning. The same morning. I tried dying. I respawned. Same time, same light. I built a tower to watch the sunset. It never moved. Then I noticed something new. A structure in the distance. It wasn't there before. Every time I reload the world, it's closer. I stopped playing. But sometimes, when I open the launcher, it says, "Last played today." When I loaded into my Minecraft world, something felt wrong immediately. I couldn't move. I couldn't look around. I was stuck. But the world was still running. Clouds moved. Leaves swayed. Water flowed. Then I noticed something worse. My character was already there, standing a few blocks in front of me, facing away. I tried to open the menu. Nothing happened. Then my character moved. Not me. The other one. It walked toward my house, opened the door, went inside. I watched everything from the same frozen position. After a few minutes, the screen went black. When the world reloaded, everything was normal. Except my inventory. It was empty, and my bed was missing. I found the chest in my base after logging in. It was placed perfectly against the wall. I don't remember crafting it. I don't remember placing it. Inside, there was only one item, a map. It showed my world, but zoomed in on my base. And on the map, there was a red marker, inside my house, right where I was standing. I closed the chest. When I turned around, the chest was gone. The map stayed in my inventory. The red marker never moved. Even when I logged out, I was digging straight down. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I wasn't worried. I hit bedrock like expected. I started clearing around it. That's when I heard it. A sound I've never heard in Minecraft before. Low, slow, breathing. It was coming from below the bedrock. I placed TNT. Nothing happened. The sound stopped. Then text appeared in chat. "You're not supposed to be here." There was no username. I sealed the hole and left. Later, I noticed cracks in the bedrock. They weren't there before. Sometimes my game saves when I'm not doing anything. No lag spike, no pause, just the saving icon. One night, I stood completely still and watched. Every 5 minutes, the game saved. Exactly 5. I set a timer. At the next save, I moved. The saving stopped. When I stood still again, it resumed. I checked my files. There were hundreds of autosaves, all created while I was offline. The timestamps overlapped, like the world was running without me. I never talk in my sleep. At least that's what I thought. One night, I woke up to my phone screen lighting up. It wasn't a notification. It was the microphone icon. I checked the recording app. There was a file saved at 3:17 a.m. I don't remember recording anything. I played it. At first, there was only breathing. Then a voice. Not mine. It whispered my name. The recording ended there. The next night, there were 2 files, both already deleted. The apartment across from mine is always lit, day and night. I've never seen anyone enter or leave. One evening, I noticed the light was off. For the first time. I watched the door. Nothing happened. Then the light in my own hallway turned on. I hadn't touched the switch. I heard footsteps outside my door. They stopped. The hallway light turned off. The apartment across from mine lit up again. I installed a security camera facing my backyard, mostly for peace of mind. One morning, I checked the footage. At 2:41 a.m., someone appeared. They stood at the edge of the yard, not moving, for 3 hours. At sunrise, they stepped backward, out of frame. There were no footsteps in the snow. I missed a call while I was at work. The number was mine. I listened to the voicemail. It was silent. Then I heard myself breathing. At the end, my voice whispered, "I'm almost there." The timestamp was 5 minutes in the future. I turned my phone off. When I turned it back on, the voicemail was gone. The call log wasn't. The elevator in my building has no buttons inside. It decides where to go. Every ride is different. One night, it stopped on a floor I'd never seen. The doors opened. There was a hallway. No lights, no doors. The elevator waited. I stayed inside. When the doors closed, I was on my floor again. The next morning, my reflection in the mirror was delayed. I leave my laptop open overnight. In the morning, new documents appear. They're always blank, except for one line. Still sleeping. The file properties say they were created at 4 a.m. every night. I started shutting the laptop down. The files stopped appearing, but my keyboard is warm in the morning. I wake up every night at the same time. 3:15 a.m. At first, I thought it was stress, or bad sleep, or my phone vibrating. But then I noticed something else. When I wake up, the room is always silent. Too silent. No cars outside, no wind, no house noises. And my bedroom door is always open. I close it every night. I'm sure of that. One night I didn't move. I kept my eyes almost closed. That's when I saw it. A shape in the doorway. Not entering, not leaving, just standing there, breathing slowly. I stayed completely still until morning. The next day, I checked my door. There were scratch marks on the inside, like something tried to pull it open. It started with small things. I would think about someone, and my phone would show their profile. I'd imagine ordering food, and the delivery app would open by itself. At first, I laughed it off. Algorithms, I thought. Then it escalated. One night, I thought, I should really stop using my phone so much. My screen turned on. A message appeared. You can't. No sender, no app. Just text. I turned the phone off. The vibration continued. The next morning, the message was gone. But my screen time had increased. By 6 hours, I was asleep. I live in a tall apartment building. The elevator is old, slow, and usually crowded, except late at night. That's when it behaves differently. If I enter alone, it skips floors. Not randomly. It skips the ones where people live. One night, it stopped between floors. The lights flickered. Then a voice came through the speaker. It wasn't the usual automated one. It said my name softly, like it didn't want anyone else to hear. The doors never opened. When the elevator finally reached my floor, my reflection in the metal doors was smiling. I wasn't. I got my first email at 11:58 p.m. The subject line was simple. Don't answer this. The sender was my own email address. The message described my morning perfectly. What I wore, what I ate, who I talked to. It ended with one sentence. You'll ignore this again. I didn't reply. The next night, another email arrived. Same sender, same tone. This one described my death. The timestamp was tomorrow. I turned my computer off. When I woke up, there was a draft email open, already written, already sent.